Date a girl who doesn't read. Find her in the weary squalor of a Midwestern bar. Find her in the smoke, drunken sweat, and varicolored light of an upscale nightclub. Wherever you find her smiling. Make sure that it lingers when the people that are talking to her look away. Engage her with unsentimental trivialities. Use pickup lines and laugh inwardly. Take her outside when the night has overstayed its welcome. Ignore the palpable weight of fatigue. Kiss her in the rain underneath the weak glow of a street lamp because you've seen it in a film. Remark at its lack of significance. Take her to your apartment. Dispatch with making love. Fuck her. Let the anxious contract you've unwittingly written evolve slowly and uncomfortably into a relationship. Find shared interests and common ground like sushi and folk music. Build an impenetrable bastion upon that ground. Make it sacred. Retreat into it every time the air gets stale or the evening too long. Talk about nothing of significance. Do little thinking. Let the months pass unnoticed. Ask her to move in. Let her decorate. Get into fights about inconsequential things like how the fucking shower curtain needs to be closed so that it doesn't fucking collect mold. Let the years pass unnoticed. Begin to notice. Figure that you should probably get married because you will have wasted a lot of time otherwise. Take her to dinner on the 45th floor at a restaurant far beyond your means. Make sure there's a beautiful view of the city. Sheepishly ask a waiter to bring her a glass of champagne with a modest drink in it. And when she notices, propose to her with all of the enthusiasm and sincerity that you can muster. Don't be overly concerned if you feel your heart leap through a pane of sheet glass. For that matter, don't be overly concerned if you feel nothing at all. If there is applause, let it stagnate. If she cries, smile as if you've never been happier. If she doesn't, smile all the same. Let the years pass unnoticed. Get a career, not a job. Buy a house. Have 2 striking children. Try to raise them well. Fail frequently. Lapse into a bored indifference. Lapse into an indifferent sadness. Have a midlife crisis. Grow old. Wonder at your lack of achievement. Feel sometimes contented, but mostly vacant and ethereal. Feel during walks as if you might never return or as if you might blow away on the wind. Contract a terminal illness. Die. But only after you observe that the girl who didn't read never made your heart oscillate with any significant passion, that no one will ever write the story of your lives, and that she will die too, with only a mild and tempered regret that nothing ever came of her capacity to love. Do these things, God damn it, because nothing sucks worse than a girl who reads. Do it, I say, because a life in purgatory is better than a life in hell. Do it because a girl who reads possesses a vocabulary that can describe that amorphous discontent of a life unfulfilled. A vocabulary that parses the innate beauty of the world and makes it an accessible necessity instead of an alien wonder. A girl who reads lays claim to a vocabulary that distinguishes between the specious and soulless rhetoric of someone who cannot love her and the inarticulate desperation of someone who loves her too much. A vocabulary, goddammit, that makes my vacuous sophistry a cheap trick. Do it because a girl who reads understands syntax. Literature has taught her that moments of tenderness come in sporadic but knowable intervals. A girl who reads knows that life is not planar. She knows, and rightly demands, that the ebb comes along with the flow of disappointment. A girl who has read up on her syntax senses that irregular pauses the hesitation of breath that are endemic to a lie. A girl who reads perceives the difference between a parenthetical moment of anger and the entrenched habits of someone whose bitter cynicism will run on well past any point of reason or purpose, run on far after she has packed a suitcase and said a reluctant goodbye. And she has decided that I am an ellipsis and not a period, and run on, and run on. Syntax that knows the rhythm and cadence of a life well lived. Date a girl who doesn't read because the girl who reads knows the importance of a plot. She can trace out the demarcations of a prologue and the sharp ridges of a climax. She can feel them in her skin. The girl who reads will be patient with an intermission and expedite a denouement. But of all things, the girl who reads knows most the ineluctable significance of an end. She's comfortable with them. She's bid farewell to 1,000 heroes with only a twinge of sadness. Date a girl who reads because girls who read are storytellers. You with the Joyce, you with the Nabokov, you with the Wolf, you in the library, you on the platform of the metro, you in the corner of the cafe, you in the window of your room. You who make my life so goddamn difficult. The girl who reads has spun out the account of her life, and it is bursting with meaning. She insists that her narratives are rich, her supporting cast colorful, and her typeface bold. You, the girl who reads, make me want to be everything that I'm not. But I am weak, and I will fail you. Because you have dreamed properly of someone who is better than I am. You will not accept the life of which I spoke at the beginning of this piece. You will accept nothing less than passion and perfection and a life worthy of being told. So out with you, girl who reads. Take the next southbound train and take your Hemingway with you. Or perhaps stay and save my life.